In the northwest, the Premier and some MECs have been meeting with residents in Zeerust following service delivery protests in the area where taxis, in fact, blocked some of the roads there. Presentations have been made during a closed session to give feedback to residents and traditional leaders about solutions that the government is hoping will end the crisis. Our reporter Refiloe Seboko is live for us in Zeerust this lunchtime. Refiloe, first of all, let's start with the issues at the heart of this unhappiness in the community of Zeerust.
Good afternoon, Tembekile. The issues continues to be that of service delivery, but in particular the issue of water that has continued to be a crisis in the area that we are in, which is Zeerust. You remember there was the same protest that happened to beginning of October, where the N4 route was closed. Is the route that links South Africa and Botswana that inconvenience? But service delivery as a whole, that includes also health services, that includes water, that includes roads, amongst others. And this is why we are seeing today Premier Bushimabe accompanied by different MECs, MEC of Education, as that protest yesterday had interrupted the matric examinations that are ongoing right now. Out of the 15 schools that are in the area, they said that 5 schools were affected by that protest that happened yesterday. You remember that matric learners were writing their economics paper that was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. However, that paper started late at 10 o'clock as a result of that protest. Today, it was engagement by the different government officials. They were meeting with community leaders and community members, together with traditional leaders, to come with a solution to their service delivery challenges. It was a closed session, but now that session has been adjourned. However, community members have been excused from that meeting. It's still ongoing as Premier Bushimabe, together with different MECs, are still engaging. Allow me to welcome one of the community leaders, Christopher Motabe, who will be telling us about the feedback that they got from the provincial officials. Thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. That deliberations and engagement, what feedback were you receiving as community members?
Thank you for inviting me. The briefing was more about long-term measures as opposed to temporary measures, because of to date, since we started embarking on the 10th of last month to date, the temporary measures are completely not effective. We therefore still maintain to say, as a result of such ineffectiveness, we haven't got the solution that we envisage. We now therefore say to the provincial delegates to say, ensure that the effective measures in place, which are temporary, deliver water to us. Precisely, yes, we will admit at the back of everything there is load shedding, but the municipality must have a measure behind against such load shedding to ensure that supply of water is being regulated uninterrupted.
What was those interim solutions, and what are the agreements in terms of lasting solutions, not just temporary, but something that will make sure that water challenges or service delivery challenges as a whole are being attended to?
In terms of long-term measures, the delegates in question will go and approach the relevant parties wherein there is a bulk supply of water, whereby the very same bulk supply of water could be distributed from the very same primary source, which is Mamudi. To date, as I said, for now, that is long term. Our main worry is to say, what about now in the interim? The interim measure in place is not effective at all. Like I said, the municipality haven't got a measure to guard against load shedding. That load shedding is here to stay, we understand, but there must be a measure from the municipality to say, as a result of load shedding, in the interim, measures effective will be the following. But the briefing itself made no clarity, made no mention of such, which is why we may reconsider to rebarricade for as long as we go thirsty, which is our burning key issue. We can reconsider to rebarricade. We anymore don't have the energy, the stamina to go back to the drawing board. The lasting solution, the lasting measure we need is to ensure that while the measures are in place, let there be water supply that is uninterrupted. One can imagine 3 hours of load shedding, 3 hours of no drop of water going to the reservoir. It's a nightmare for us. Hence I'm saying to the district, for the municipality, to say the lasting energy, the lasting time that we have is not to further re-engage, but instead is to re-barricade. Should we still go without water, I do too? Anything is likely going forward.
You mentioned the other time when we were here, I mentioned that this strike, you guys are taking it back to the street, as you had also went with protest in October. And some of the issues that you were raising, you were saying that these challenges of water is not as a result of infrastructure that is not being maintained, but it's actually man-made. Do you still maintain that?
What we maintain to date, there is a sabotage in disguise. But regardless of load shedding, there are pre-existing challenges which we fully maintain that the municipality dismally failed to address. Load shedding only came into being 4 months ago. Before that, there were pre-existing challenges the municipality dismally failed to address. Hence we are saying with load shedding, we have accepted, we made peace, but there must be a measure against such. Let the municipality address the pre-existing challenges that will enable that as a result of load shedding, we still get water. Hence I'm saying we cannot anymore afford to go to the boardroom. We haven't got the energy anymore for such. Instead, the remaining reserved energies to re-barricade going forward, and we are going to make sure that we further intensify the protest, because we can't afford to go festive season without a drop of water.
Thank you so much. That is Christopher Motabe Tembekile. He is a community leader. They did say that from here, after that engagement with provincial government officials, there's going to be a meeting of residents of there, which they, as the community leaders, are going to give them feedback on what those deliberation and engagements were all about.